Hello viewers! One of the few things that just about anybody who knows anything about cars agrees on is that a cold start, that's the moment when you crank the engine in the morning, causes most wear to it. But that's as far as the agreement goes, because opinions on what to do once the engine is running strongly differ, with some saying you should let it idle for a few minutes until it warms up, while others claim it's better to start driving immediately. So, which of these two apparently contradicting approaches is correct, or is it somewhere in between? Well, let's find out. We'll begin by briefly explaining why that infamous cold start is so damaging to the engine, which I believe nobody will deny. Well, to start with, we have the lubrication, or the lack of it to be more precise. The fact is, the moment the engine starts running, it'll take a couple of seconds for the oil pump to build up oil pressure and push it through the entire engine, especially the turbocharger, which is a bit away. Also, the engine components, cylinder block, pistons, head, valves, they are all made of different metal alloys that don't expand identically while warming up, and this difference can generate stress, for instance between the cylinder head and block. And finally, a cold engine might not be running with an ideal air-fuel mixture, causing it to run a bit rough for the first few minutes, although this is often a sign of something being broken, sensor or something similar. Now, all these things I've mentioned are the main arguments for those who claim it's better to leave the car to idle and warm up for several minutes before setting off. This is fueled by thinking how the loads on all moving parts are at their lowest while the engine is idling, which should help reduce that wear we all want to avoid. In addition, once warmed up, the car will run a bit smoother, especially if it has a tendency to occasionally sputter when it's cold. Also, during the winter, it's much more nicer to start the car and get back inside the house for 5 or 10 minutes, during which time the windows will defrost and the interior will get nicely warmed up. On the other hand, the fact is the car will reach its operating temperature much faster if we start driving immediately after starting it than if we leave it sitting in place. Now, why is this important? Well, in the first few minutes of its operation, the engine is running rich, which happens because the ECU deliberately adds more fuel than it's actually needed to compensate for less than ideal combustion process during the warm-up period. But the excess, unburned gasoline, it'll wash off the oily layer from the cylinder walls, actually increasing wear. Furthermore, we have the oil pressure and circulation, both of which are lower at idle than they are at, for instance, 2000 RPM. But what we actually want is for the oil to flow faster to the engine, as this helps it warm up. Also, eco-friendly people will say that warming up the car at idle wastes fuel and causes unnecessary pollution. Sure, this may not be a significant amount for one car, but it does add up when considering thousands of them. This is one of the reasons why some places prohibit long idling while stationary. And lastly, let's not forget the technology. Engines and the oil they use. They have improved over the time, so something that might have been a good practice 30 years ago may not be so necessary today. So, having heard all this, the question still remains: what to do after you start the car? Well, here's my advice. If it's not very cold outside, say above freezing, crank the engine and let it idle for 10, maybe 15 seconds, and during that time, don't touch the throttle at all. Basically, you don't want any revs until the oil has fully reached all moving parts, like the cylinder head and the valve train inside it. While waiting, use the time to buckle up your seatbelt, adjust the ventilation and so on. Then, with this short period over, shift into gear and set off. On the other hand, during the winter, when temperatures are very low, like it is now, it might be a good idea to give the engine a bit more time. Say half a minute, maybe minute tops. This is because the oil is somewhat thicker when it's so cold, and it may take a bit longer until it reaches all corners of the engine. Basically, what you can do is start the car and leave it running while you clear off the snow from it and scrape off the windows. That should give it enough time to get it primed up and ready for drive. And if you live somewhere far up north where the winters are really freezing, it might seem sensible to warm up the car for 5 or 10 minutes at least. But to be honest, in such places, an engine oil preheater is a far better idea, as it actually preheats the engine before you even crank it. In general, what you can use as a rule of thumb here is the idle speed. When you start the car, it'll often be a bit higher than usual, say 1000-ish RPM. Wait for it to drop to its normal value before you drive off. Now, when you do start driving, whether after 10 seconds or whatever, the following minutes are crucial for your engine, during which time you mustn't put much strain on it. So what you want to do is be light on the throttle and avoid sharp accelerations. Basically, try to keep the revs below 3000 RPM. Ideally, it would be best to shift up at 2500 RPM if anyhow possible. Then continue driving like that until the engine hasn't reached its operating temperature. To be honest, for those of you who live in the city or suburbs, adopting this moderate pace for the first several minutes shouldn't be a problem. The thing is, you need to park out of the driveway and then navigate your way through several streets where the speed limit is low. So actually, there's no need to press the throttle hard anyway until you've reached the highway or something similar, and by that time, the engine will pretty much reach its operating temperature. In the end, I'd like to mention a few things that can have a significant impact on the engine's wear and tear during cold starts and consequent warm-up periods. One is the engine oil. If it's been too long since it was last changed, or if you use some low-quality brands, this will only worsen the situation, as such an oil doesn't provide sufficient lubrication and protection in these critical moments. Also the cooling system, or more precisely the thermostat. It needs to be in top shape. If it's stuck open, the engine will take more time to warm up, and that's not good. Now, we have a video about the thermostat and how to check it on this channel, so if you suspect yours is broken, take a look there. And lastly, we have the transmission, assuming it's an automatic. What you might notice, it doesn't shift smoothly until the car hasn't fully warmed up. Sure, just like the engine, the transmission needs to reach a certain temperatures to operate efficiently. But if you notice rough or delayed shifts when it's cold, it's far more likely it needs a good service. Fluid flush, new filters, and so on. So to conclude, when it's not very cold outside, start the car, let it idle for 10 or 15 seconds, and then drive off. But in the first few minutes, until the engine hasn't warmed up and reached its operating temperature, avoid hard accelerations and try to keep the revs below 3000 RPM. And during the winter, instead of 10 seconds, you can leave the car to idle for half a minute or maybe a minute before setting off. By doing so, you'll reduce the unwanted wear and tear associated with cold starts and help the car last longer. But when something does break down, you can find out how to fix it in other videos here or on our site, mechanicbase.com, where you'll find all sorts of automotive repair guides. Bye!